There were three friends. Regular girls, normal lives, normal hustle. Nothing about them looked criminal. One of them worked in a rental and decor company. They rented event halls, decorated venues, handled weddings, birthdays, big ceremonies, high-class jobs for rich clients. The company always imported new decoration materials. Every time new supplies arrived, something strange happened. Some of the materials never entered the store. They always went straight into the director's office. Workers believed it was normal. The director always said those ones were very expensive materials and that he was keeping them for special rich clients. Nobody questioned it until one day. What she saw. The director's office was a modern glass office. You could see everything inside unless the blinds were drawn. Anytime he entered, he always closed the blinds. Always. But one day, the blind was not fully closed. One of the girls was walking past when she saw him inside. She saw him stand in front of a big family portrait on the wall. She thought it was normal until he moved it and a hidden door appeared behind it. She stopped. He opened the door. What she saw inside made her freeze. She didn't shout. She didn't move. She quietly took pictures. The discovery. That evening, she told her two friends. At first, they didn't believe her until she showed them the pictures. Inside that room was not decoration materials, it wasn't company property, it wasn't storage, it was gold. Not decoration gold, not fake gold, real stored wealth, hidden wealth. That office was hiding something illegal. The plan. They didn't rush, they didn't act fast. They planned slowly and carefully. First step, CCTV. They studied the CCTV officer. They set him up. He lost his job. One of the girls replaced him. Now they had access to all cameras. Second step, security. They influenced recruitment. One of them was employed as a security staff. Now two of them were inside the company. Now the three friends were inside the system. One in CCTV, one in security, one in staff. The problem. There were cameras everywhere in the building except one place, the director's office. No cameras inside, no monitoring, only one person had full access, the personnel secretary. She was the only one with a spare key. The secret room. They waited for a delivery day. One of them entered the office as delivery staff. She didn't go to steal anything. She went to check for hidden cameras or sensors. Nothing. The room was clean. The secret door had a fingerprint lock and a code pad. The key trick. They needed the secretary's keys. They didn't attack her. They didn't threaten her. They distracted her. One bumped into her, another apologized, another helped her pick up files. In that confusion, her keys were taken briefly. They cleaned the fingerprint pad, sprayed invisible powder, collected the fingerprint, returned the keys. She never noticed anything. The code. After 1 week, they cracked the code. Now they practiced timing. From entrance to office to opening the secret door, 10 minutes. Taking what they needed and closing everything, 10 minutes. Total operation time, 20 minutes. Two would go inside, one would stay at CCTV. They planned their clothes, walking style, exit route, and timing. They would not use the main entrance. They would use staff corridors and service exits, places nobody pays attention to. The night. The company rented the hall for a bachelor night party. Music, noise, people, drinks, movement. Perfect distraction. That night, CCTV feeds were controlled. Movements were hidden. Two of them entered. They walked calmly like normal staff. They entered the office, moved the portrait, the door appeared. They entered the code, scanned the fingerprint, the door opened. They took what they came for, they closed everything, put the portrait back, exited through the staff route. No noise, no alarm, no suspicion. After. The next day, the company opened as normal. Staff resumed work, clients came in, no one noticed anything. The portrait was still there, the office looked normal, but the gold was gone, and no one knew who took it. They didn't sleep well that night. Not one of them. When they got home, nobody called anybody. Nobody texted. Nobody checked up on anybody. Each girl entered her house quietly like nothing had happened. One locked her door and stood there for almost 5 minutes, listening to every sound in the compound. Generator noise, dogs barking, footsteps, voices from neighbors. Nothing. Another sat on her bed fully dressed, bag still on her back, staring at the wall like a mad person. Her phone kept vibrating with WhatsApp messages from friends, but she couldn't reply. Her hands were shaking. The third went straight to the bathroom, opened the tap and let the water run just to cover any sound in case she broke down. They were scared. Not of being arrested, not yet. They were scared of the reality of what they had just done. The next morning, work resumed like normal. Traffic, bus conductors shouting, bike men disturbing people, office security greeting staff, receptionists smiling. Everything looked normal. The building was normal, the office was normal, the portrait was still there, the corridor was quiet, the director's office was locked like always, and the 3 girls came to work like every other staff. Same uniforms, same ID cards, same greetings. Good morning. Morning, ma. How was your night? Fine, oh. Lies. They didn't sit together. They didn't look at each other too much. They didn't talk about anything important. They were behaving like people who didn't know each other. But inside them, their hearts were beating like drum. Every time security walked past, their body would stiffen. Every time the director's PA entered the office, their stomach would turn. Every time HR sent a mail, fear would rise. But nothing happened. No alarm, no investigation, no shouting, no police. Days passed. 1 day, 2 days, 5 days, 1 week, nothing. The company was moving normally. Meetings, events, projects, deadlines, work pressure. It was like the gold never existed. The silent agreement. They didn't discuss it, not because they didn't want to, but because nobody wanted to be the first to open their mouth. It was an unspoken agreement. If nobody talks, nothing is real. So they kept quiet. No calls, no texts, no secret meetings, no linking up. Each person carried her fear alone. The first crack. About 10 days later, one of them almost made a mistake. Her landlord came to her house and started shouting about rent, embarrassing her in front of neighbors, threatening her, insulting her. She went inside, opened her bag and looked at the gold. For the first time, she thought, let me just sell small, just settle this problem. Her hand was on her phone. She was about to call someone she heard buys gold, then she stopped because she remembered the rule. No movement, no rush, no panic. She locked the bag back, borrowed money instead, and cried that night. The waiting game. They waited, they watched, they listened, they observed. They wanted to be sure there was no noise anywhere, no rumors, no internal crisis, no secret investigation, no silent probing. 2 weeks passed. Then, one afternoon in the office, something changed. Not loud, not dramatic, just small tension. The director came out of his office quietly and went back in, then came out again, then called his PA, then called security. Not shouting, not panicking, but his face had changed. Confusion, suspicion, control. Something felt off. Later that day, the portrait disappeared. People noticed it, but nobody asked questions. In offices, people learn not to ask questions. A few days later, cameras appeared in his office. New locks were installed. Security became tighter. The girls noticed. They understood. He had discovered it, but he wasn't going to talk. The reality. That's when they knew this thing was real. This thing had weight. This thing had consequences. And this thing was now part of their lives forever. But still, no police, no arrest, no investigation, no announcement. The silence continued. And the girls continued living normal lives, going to work, paying transport, buying food, greeting neighbors, smiling at customers. But inside them, everything had changed because they knew something nobody else knew. 3 weeks after the gold disappeared, one of the girls got home late from work. PHCN had taken light. The compound generator was off. The corridor was dark. She used her phone torch to climb the stairs. When she got to her door, she noticed something. Her padlock was normal. Her door wasn't forced. Nothing looked broken. But something felt off. That instinct women have. That silent warning. She entered slowly. Her room looked normal. Bed untouched, curtains normal. Nothing scattered. Then she looked at her bag. The zip was open. Her heart dropped. She checked inside. The gold was still there. She exhaled in relief. Then she saw it. A small piece of paper inside the bag, folded neatly. She opened it. 2 words were written on it. I know. Her phone fell from her hand. After leaving the company quietly, the 3 girls moved in together. A small apartment, far from the office, far from anyone who knew them. For a while, life seemed peaceful. They shared laughs, plans for the future, small dreams, even small luxuries from what they had taken. But peace is fragile. One of them couldn't hide the new life. She started spending freely, buying things they didn't need, booking parties in their apartment, showing off the gold they had taken, inviting friends, drinking, laughing too loudly. She didn't care about caution. She didn't care about patterns. She didn't see the eyes watching. And that's when the manager noticed. He sent people, boys who knew fear, who knew silence. At first, it was warnings, shadows outside the windows, knocks at the door, mysterious calls at night. But warnings weren't enough. Then it escalated. One night, one of the girls was kidnapped, taken from their apartment, dragged into a dark car, thrown into a hidden location. She was beaten, threatened, locked in a room, alone with her fear. The manager's message was clear: return all the gold or die. The girls had no choice. After long discussions, a deal was made. They would work for the manager for the rest of the month. No salary. Every penny they earned would go to covering the gold they had stolen. It was like working for eternity. Every day a reminder, every hour a lesson, every task a repayment for greed and recklessness.